Hey guys, we got ourselves a brand new review. Before we start it, take a slight tangent. You might notice this. It's my brand new light. You can change the color and whatnot. Um, Stuff like I can change it to look more dark. It looks more dark, yeah, dark, but to more white. You can change the scale of the light, which is cool. And set it to 40 and start the video. Okay. So, we're doing ourselves a special review for you guys. This might give it away. I would be wearing this shirt, but it doesn't fit. Oh shoot. Stay. Dang, things falling down. And that is you guessed it, the Back to the Future trilogy. Don't mind the shadow in the background. The Back to the Future trilogy. Yeah, it looks a lot nicer. I closed all my blinds and stuff. So, ooh, it's shiny. Um, Number one thing, we're gonna get into the interior, and I'm gonna show you guys the interior of this set. So here's what the interior of the set looks like. If you didn't watch my video, spine, other spine, top, bottom with all the specs, back, PG, an hour 56 minutes for the first one, an hour 48 minutes for the second one, and an hour 59 minutes for the third one. You get all these bonus features. You flip it open. You get the digital copy already redeemed and the VIP thing already redeemed. You get the movies. Back to the Future 4K. You built a time machine out of a DeLorean. Marty McFly. Blu-ray. Part 2. 4K. Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. Blu-ray. And part 3, 4K. Blu-ray. You kind of figure out the pattern. And, oh shoot. Now here's a different one. Bonus disc. Stuck in there. So in total you get 7 discs in this beautiful set. Back to me talking about the rest of back to me talking about the set. So yeah, the Back to the Future trilogy. You notice that this video is a different style from what I do. Sorry, I had to move my mouse down. We're doing more of a culture dog, Sim Hatch, what he does with laser discs. I don't have a laser disc around me. Or a shout out to you, buddy, and or like a films at home kind of review, where we're going over the quality of the video, the plot. We'll get into. We'll also get into the special features and stuff like that. So, yeah. Number one, packaging. Hate it. Terrible. You'll notice that when it's one of those crappy slide out things. Yeah, they've been doing that a lot more. I wish they did just a standard array. I don't mind losing the art for an array, the extra art for an array case. An array case is, the standard case. just a thicker one. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if this were a thicker. This part was a thicker Amaray instead of a book. Um, book. Um, Plot of the trilogy. Okay, so Marty is friends with Doc. Right here, Marty. Michael J. Fox, friends with Doc. Christopher Lloyd. Um, Great actors. But they're told to. Doc tells Marty to meet him at Twin Pines Mall at, I believe, 1:18 a.m. And of course, you know, shows up to the DeLorean. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-bum. Sorry, I had to hum that theme. And then they go back. And then, but first, before we get to that part, Christopher Lloyd stole, not Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Why am I saying the actor's names? Uh, Doc Brown steals plutonium from the Libyans because he tells them to build a bomb, yada yada yada. Minor details we're getting into. So, and then they, and and the plutonium is what was needed to create the 1.21 gigawatts to go back in time or forward in time, either way. But the Libyans find them, and then Christopher Lloyd gets shot. I mean, Christopher Lloyd. Doc Brown gets shot. Marty gets into the DeLorean to try get away from them, and hits 88 miles per hour. For that, he shows them how to use the flux capacitor and the time circuit things, so they can go back in time. He sets the last one. He sets it to is October. What was that? October something. October 1955. So he can. That's when he invented the time travel because of the flux capacitor. The flux capacitor. This is what makes time travel possible. In that line, um, yeah. And 1955. Yeah, yeah. And then part two picks up where part one ends back in 1985. Even though the film, yeah, the second film came out in 1989, not to screw up the timeline, you know. So the whole trilogy takes place in 1985. Well, the present time is 1985, even though the movies came out later and later. The sequels, I mean. Actually, fun fact: part two and three were actually not envisioned until the studio said how big of a deal it was, and they wanted a sequel. So, part two goes to 2015. He buys the almanac, yada yada. 1985, the alternate Biff timeline, and going back to 1955 to fix the timeline. The lightning that goes to 55, goes to 1885, and the whole time, the third movie going from 1955 to 1985, and then back to present time. So that's the trilogy in the summary. That's a lot of rambling, eh? The first one is an hour and 56 minutes. The second one's an hour and 48 minutes, and the third one is an hour and 58 minutes. You got a lot of bonus features on here. You get all the features from the 2015 sets, if I'm not mistaken, plus some brand new features, including the Hollywood Museum goes back to the future, um, demonstrating the exhibit of Back to the Future they did in 2020. I think no, it was 2019. I think they had an exhibit. I think it was early 2020 actually, and they showed it off in the museum and stuff. That's cool. Adam DeWoo did a video on that. I might put I think I'll put a link to him going through it as well. I'll put a link down below if I remember. If I forget, you guys can put it in the comments, and I'll go look for it. Back to the Future, the musical behind the scenes. They have an interview with Bob Gale and Christopher Lloyd and the guys who played Doc and Marty in the musical. So, yeah. Plus the cast and crew recording one of those classic quarantine videos where they sing a song. Yeah, the quarantine video for two of the songs. I forgot what the songs were called, to be honest. And the lost audition tapes of people auditioning, famous people, now famous people. They weren't really famous back then. Most of them, I think. Some were, but not most. Of them auditioning for the roles, and a Vsauce video called of the series "Can You Survive the Movies?" with the premiere episode "Back to the Future" is on here. Plus some classic ones like Tales from the Future, Physics of Back to the Future, deleted scenes, Q&A, archival features, some behind the scenes stuff. The Back in Time and the Huey Lewis and the News and Double Back ZZ Top music videos, audio commentaries, Back to the Future, the ride, including the Q and the ride videos themselves. Doc Brown Saves the World, On Time Restoring the DeLorean, amongst many, 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 many other features on this disc. This could take a whole day or two just to watch everything in here. um, I'm glad the picture resolution is so good that it blows what's it called? Ready Player One out the water, man. This is such a good 4K, worth the $40 just for the pictures alone. I hear the Dolby audio is great. I don't have a surround sound at my house, so I don't necessarily know what the surround track sounds like because I don't have Dolby Surround or DTS or stuff like that. I'm not that rich. But the 4K is great. Let me tell you that. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this brand new layout of the film review of the Back to the Future trilogy, and I'll see y'all in the future. See you guys in the next video. Peace.